do it. And when one piece of technology breaks, go do another one and just do what you got to do. And that's what we're doing.
Don't just give up, just keep moving forward, because there's always an option out there. There's something for you to do, right? I mean, we always find a way to complete what we're doing or what we're working on to move forward. I mean,
absolutely.
That's what we do.
It may not be the most preferred method, and it may not be what you had in mind in the beginning, but you know what? At the end of the day, as long as you complete the task and you get things done, and you get them done in a timely manner, that's what's important. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to pick right up where we know that the internet left off, and that was about the time where we were telling you, just keep doing it. When you pick mentorship, it's very important that you relate to the mentorship that you pick, okay? Jason may relate to someone that I don't relate to, or vice versa with Mike, or you all may relate to all three of us, and that's a great thing, okay? But what we're trying to get across to you is that you cannot truly be successful until you raise your level of standards. And what you've got to do is don't find a mentor that allows you to stay in your comfort zone. Don't find a mentor that doesn't challenge you in some way. You've got to challenge yourself, because Mike and I were talking just before the TV program earlier, and we were talking about, if you tell me the 5 people that you hang around with salaries, I can pretty much tell you what your salary looks like. And it goes, the same plugs into mentorship, the same plugs into business relationships, the same plugs into all of the things that are necessary in order to be successful. Yeah. So when we talk about being successful and we talk about mentorship and self-development, we're talking from the heart, not the head. Although the head has learned a lot of things that it should have known a long time back.
Right.
That goes to age of the mindset.
Exactly.
Right?
I kind of want to jump in there too, because we're talking about mentors, and mentors are obviously a very powerful tool for you to have, because they've been there, they've done that, and they can help you get over that learning curve. And you'll still have to experience it yourself. But I mean, you can maybe not go through the same length of time they did, or the same depth of failure. However, with mentors, don't rely on somebody else for your own success. Don't sit around going, oh, I can't get a hold of my mentor to ask this question. Find it yourself. Okay?
Exactly.
Your mentor is going to be building a business too. They're going to be doing their thing too. So mentors are a tool that you have, but what you need to rely on is yourself. Mm-hmm. You need to rely on you. When you need to find an answer, go search for it. Go find it. Believe me, go to google.com and type it in there. Somebody has created some sort of walkthrough, some sort of article or video, and the funny thing is, you'll find that they're doing the same thing that we teach in the TLR class. You'll find an article and you'll read it, and the thing is, not only will you be getting the knowledge from that article, but you'll be looking at it going, you'll
be in somebody's funnel.
I see how this works. And then if you follow that article, you go to the author box, you go to their blog, they will have some sort of offer, some sort of product. It follows a process. And the thing is, you will see that.
If they're good, if they know what they're doing.
But that's the thing, you can see. When you grow as a person, when you take the initiative to start growing yourself, yes, you have a mentor and they help you through, but when you seek out your answers and you go through experience, you will grow, I promise you. And when you grow, you're going to be able to look at that stuff and you're going to be able to go, okay, I'm going to see this whole process. They're beginners, or they're intermediate. They're the same level I am. They're doing about the same stuff I am. Well, they're better than what I can do. I want to know how to do this. So you start looking at their process. How many times do I say, look at the process you're in? Don't just read the words. Don't just listen to what they're saying in the video. Look at what's going on. Why are you enticed? Why are you there? Why are you listening? What are they saying? How are they structuring it? Why? Why do you want to buy? Why do you want to keep moving forward? You've got to look at everything. Look at what you're in.
It's like if you're at the checkout line at the grocery store. Mm-hmm. You see the National Enquirer. You see all these headlines. Bam, and it's the same headline. They just changed the names.
Every single time.
It's just opportunities. I mean, it's copywriting and stuff like that.
You know what? If I turn on the TV, as much as normally hate commercials, I love commercials because I like to listen to them, and I love local commercials because I like to look at those. And from at least what I know, I can look at those and be like, that's a terrible ad.
But then now you're seeing more and more about. Make sure you connect with us on the Facebook fan page.
Oh yeah, you always
Pizza Hut or Papa John's. You're seeing that Facebook. Connect with us on Facebook.
So I mean, there's no one particular personal development. I know some people out there. Some people are like, okay, personal development, I don't do that stuff. That's the new age meditation, like metaphysical stuff. No, it doesn't have to be. If you like that stuff, sure, it can be. But that's just part of it. Personal development is just simply growing yourself. It's reading books. It's going to google.com when you don't have an answer and finding it. You know what? It's that simple. It really is. And some things out there, you'll find an answer just like that, and all of a sudden you'll know how to do it because you took the moment to do that, and you've grown individually because you have the experience. You didn't sit around and wait for your mentor to be like, okay, this is how to do it, and here's the code and everything. You found it. Okay, you did it. And when you do that, that is where you will grow and become a strong asset and have a lot of value and become a better leader.
Valuable commodity.
The whole opportunity here, ladies and gentlemen, about self-development is simply, to put it in a nutshell, is it doesn't have to be a book, it doesn't have to be a video, it doesn't have to be words from our mouths.
Sources.
What we're telling you, and we were actually talking about giving you a reading assignment, and you know, yeah, I know, our internet comes back on now, but you know what? We were actually talking about giving you a reading assignment, and in my mind I'm thinking, you know what, I don't want to do that. What I'm going to challenge you to do is go back after you finish watching this video, go sit down at your desk, give yourself 5 minutes, and look at your list of things that you've been trying to get done this week. Find one thing that you could not get done. You found a challenge, okay? And then go find the answer. Go find the fix of how to get that one thing done. That's personal development at its peak, ladies and gentlemen. We used to have to read books. We used to have to take seminars. We used to have to spend weekends worth of traveling to go across country to sit in Jim Rohn's seminar that cost $7,000. Ladies and gentlemen, that stuff is great, and I get goosebumps thinking about it. But you know what? At the end of the day, it comes down to, I need an answer now. I need one answer now. Let me find it. Google. If Google doesn't work, go to YouTube. I go to YouTube a lot. He says Google. I go to YouTube a lot. Why do I go to YouTube?
Google also
because guess what?
YouTube.
I can see somebody doing what I need to do. And I can pause it and I can go do that part. And then I can go back and I can hit play. And I can say, oh, okay, this is the next step. Pause. Go back over here and do this. I'm that person, okay? You don't have to be a brilliant person. I'm not smart, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to be smart, okay? You know why I don't want to be smart? I don't want to be smart because if you're smart, you quit learning. Don't ever quit learning.
It never ends. No, and that's the thing I love you mentioned, and going back to where I say, look at the process, and it's what I do every time, and I listen to what they're telling me either on the YouTube video, or when I find something, a text document, an article, or a blog, or something, you know, I get the information from it, and then I start looking around, and I start seeing how they've developed this, you know, what is the whole process they have set up. And it's so intriguing. You know, that in itself is personal development, because you'll start growing when you see what other people are doing.
It's the FedEx.
You've got to keep your eyes open. Okay, you've got to keep your eyes open. And I don't mean just the visual, you're just staring off into space. I mean your eyes as in your ability to grow, your need, your want to grow. And if you look for stuff, if you really look, it's there. It's right in front of you. Just like you always say with that arrow on the FedEx truck. You know what? I could not see that. I strained my eyes just trying to see it. I'm like, it's got to be there. Now, maybe it's just a joke. Maybe it's not there. Maybe am I just being stupid? Like, are they just doing that to make me look? I go for like 10 minutes. I went to google.com. I cheated, yeah. But I typed in the FedEx arrow, and it showed me a bunch of images where they highlighted it. And ever since then,
That's all you see.
I look at FedEx truck, bam. Yep, it's the first thing I see. I cannot see anything else but that arrow. It is there. Just like anything else out there, if you can't do it, find the answer, because the answer's there. Once you have it, you'll never not be able to see the arrow.
You know what's funny is when we have a mentor, and I'm speaking from personal experience here in the age of my mindset, when we have a mentor, in the beginning when we get a mentor, we think, oh, this is going to be easy street, you know, because I've got somebody that has all the answers, and now I'm going to skate through, because every time I hit a wall, all I got to do is ask my mentor. Well, guess what? You know what? I learned, not anybody told me, I learned this myself, was when I asked and got an answer, I forgot the answer the next time I needed it. But when I didn't ask, when I went searching and looking and couldn't find it and had to resort to going back to my mentor and saying, okay, XYZ. I did this and this and this and this and this, looking for the answer to this question and couldn't find it. Can you point me in the right direction? Guess what? They usually gave me another piece of research where I could find the answer, and then, and only then, did I remember it.
Now, yeah, are we saying that, I'm just going to go into one thing, because I know some people are like, I don't know HTML or something, so I need to figure out my code, but this person knows the code or whatever. And you ask them, they could give you the code rather than you trying to find it, or what they could do is possibly give you a tool, because we're not saying that if you have to go out there if you don't know HTML, rather than asking somebody how to do it, you all of a sudden should just sit down and read a book and learn HTML. No, that's not what we're saying, because there are tools out there now. What you might find though is when you do a Google search is something like Dreamweaver, which is a HTML tool where you can just type stuff in and it makes the code for you.